I used to work the night shift at a small gas station off a deserted highway. The kind of place where silence feels heavier than noise, and every passing minute feels stretched. It was around 2:30 a.m. when the door should have chimed. But it didn't. I only realized someone was inside when I looked up from the counter, and saw him standing there. A man, mid-40s, maybe, pale, wearing a dark jacket, completely still, just staring at me. I froze for a second, then forced a normal tone. Need help with anything? No response, not even a blink. The fluorescent lights above us flickered once, twice, and for a split second, the entire store went dim. When the lights steadied again, he was closer. I swear I didn't hear a single footstep. Now he was standing near the snacks aisle, head slightly tilted, still staring directly at me. That's when I felt it, that heavy, suffocating feeling in my chest. Like something wasn't right, like he shouldn't be there. Trying to stay calm, I glanced toward the glass door behind him. Closed. No movement outside, no car, no sound. After what felt like forever, the man slowly turned, and walked toward the exit. This time, I watched carefully. The door never opened, no chime, nothing, and yet, he was gone. I stood there, frozen behind the counter, my heart pounding. Trying to convince myself I imagined it. But then, the security monitor behind me flickered to life on its own. And on the screen, the man was still inside. Standing right behind me. I didn't move, I couldn't. My eyes were locked on the security monitor, and there he was. Standing right behind me, closer than I ever imagined. But the worst part, I couldn't feel him. No breath, no movement, nothing. Slowly, very slowly, I turned my head. There was no one there. I spun around completely, empty. The store was exactly how it had been seconds ago, quiet, still, lifeless. My heart was racing so fast I thought I'd pass out. I looked back at the monitor. He was still there, not moving, just staring at the back of my head. That's when I noticed something new. His face. It wasn't normal anymore. It looked distorted, like someone had stretched it slightly out of shape. His smile, if you could call it that, was too wide. Unnaturally wide. And his eyes, they weren't looking at the camera. They were looking at me. Through the screen, I stumbled forward, nearly knocking over a rack of chips, trying to get away from the counter. The monitor flickered violently. Static filled the screen for a second. Then all cameras went black. The entire store went silent. No humming fridge, no buzzing lights, nothing. And then, right behind me, I heard a whisper. "You didn't hear the door, did you?" My entire body locked up. That voice, it was right behind my ear. Cold, dry, almost amused. I didn't turn around. I couldn't. Every instinct in my body was screaming the same thing. Don't look. My hands were shaking as I slowly backed away from the counter, keeping my eyes forward. The silence in the store felt alive now, like something was breathing in it. Then, footsteps, soft, slow, following me. But when I stopped, they stopped too. I swallowed hard and forced myself to speak, my voice barely coming out. Who are you?" For a moment, nothing. Then from somewhere behind me. "I've been here, longer than you." The lights flickered again, this time harder. For a split second, the entire store went dark. And in that darkness, I heard movement. Fast, not walking, rushing. The lights snapped back on. And every aisle around me looked wrong. The shadows were deeper, longer, stretching in directions that didn't make sense. And at the very end of aisle 3, I saw him, standing there, not hiding anymore, not pretending, his head tilted at an unnatural angle, that same wide smile carved across his face. But now, his body looked twisted, like his limbs weren't bending the right way. He lifted one hand slowly, and pointed directly at me. "You saw me leave," he said. A pause, then his smile widened even more. "So now, I can stay." The store lights exploded into rapid flickering, and the sound of something dragging across the floor echoed behind me. Closer, closer, and I realized, he wasn't at the end of the aisle anymore. I didn't wait to see where he went. I ran. I jumped over the counter, nearly slipping as I hit the floor, and bolted straight for the exit. My heart was pounding so loud I couldn't hear anything else, not even my own footsteps. The glass door was right in front of me. Closed. I grabbed the handle, and for a split second, it wouldn't move. Panic hit instantly. I pulled harder. The door suddenly flew open so violently it slammed against the wall. The cold night air hit my face, and I ran out into the empty parking lot without looking back. I didn't stop, not until I reached the edge of the road. Only then did I turn around. The gas station stood there, completely still. Lights on, silent, normal, too normal. Breathing heavily, I stared at the entrance. And that's when I saw it. Through the glass door, he was standing inside, perfectly still, watching me. But now, he wasn't distorted. He looked completely normal again. Calm, expressionless, like nothing had happened. Slowly, he raised his hand, and knocked on the glass. Tap, tap, tap. My blood ran cold, because this time, I heard the sound clearly. And then he mouthed something. 3 words, I couldn't hear it, but I could read his lips. Come back inside. The lights inside the store flickered once, twice, then shut off completely, and he was gone. I never went back inside. I didn't care about the job, the money, anything. I just ran. A truck driver eventually stopped and helped me call the police. By the time they arrived, the sun was just starting to rise. Everything felt unreal. When the officers went inside the gas station, they found nothing. No sign of forced entry. No broken glass. No evidence anyone else had even been there. Just me, shaking, pale, trying to explain something that didn't make sense even in my own head. Then they checked the security footage. At first, it looked normal. Just me, standing behind the counter all night. Alone, no customer, no man, nothing. I felt sick. I told them to rewind. To check the exact time. 2:30 a.m. They paused the footage, and that's when one of the officers leaned closer to the screen. Wait, he pointed. Right behind me, there was something. Not a full figure, not clear, just a shape, standing too close, distorted, like it didn't belong in the frame. The footage glitched violently for a few seconds, then cut out completely. The officers looked at each other. One of them quietly asked, "Did you hear anyone come in?" My throat went dry. I shook my head slowly. "No," I whispered. "I never heard the door." That gas station shut down a week later. No official reason was given. But the creepiest part, about a month after I quit, I was driving late at night on a different highway. And I needed gas. I pulled into a station I'd never seen before. The lights were dim. The place was empty. And as I stepped out of my car, I heard it, the sound that still makes my blood run cold. The door chime. From behind me, I turned slowly, and through the glass, I saw him again, standing inside, waiting.